Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to get really practical. We're not just talking about theory, we're breaking down a real-world blueprint that could seriously change your financial game. Forget about those simple side hustles for a minute. We're going way deeper, focusing on how you can build a solid AI-proof income stream that puts an extra $2,000 in your pocket month after month. So if you're ready for that kind of deep dive, make sure you're subscribed and let's get into it.
You can feel it, right? The entire landscape of work is changing under our feet. All those side gigs from 5 or 10 years ago, the ones built on simple, repeatable, kind of mindless tasks, they're basically going extinct. And it's happening fast. This isn't some slow-moving trend. It's more like a tidal wave of automation and AI. The capabilities of these new technologies are just exploding. And in this new world, trying to make money the old way, it's not just outdated, it's a guaranteed dead end.
Okay, let's get real for a second, because this number right here tells a huge story. That's not just a random percentage. That's the jump in American business bankruptcies in just 1 year. So what does that actually mean for you? Well, it means more companies are shaky, which leads to more layoffs, which means the job market is suddenly flooded with really qualified people all competing for the same spots. This isn't just a bump in the road. The World Economic Forum is literally calling this a fundamental restructuring of how we work. The pressure on us, on you, to build our own financial security has never, ever been this high.
And that's exactly why we're not just aiming for a little extra pizza money here. We are setting a brand new benchmark, $2,000 a month. Now, this isn't just some number I pulled out of a hat. It's a strategic line in the sand. It's what separates the people who are just trading their spare hours for a few extra bucks from the people who are becoming high-value specialists, delivering real, tangible solutions. This is about building a real financial buffer against all that uncertainty we were just talking about.
And this chart really drives the point home. Take a look. The average person with a side hustle right now is making around $891 a month. That's it. So by hitting that $2,000 mark, you're not just doing a little better. You are literally lapping the field. You're playing in a completely different league. It's a big jump for sure. But, and this is the important part, with the right strategy, it is absolutely 100% achievable.
So how do we make that jump? It all starts with a huge mental shift. You have to get out of the time for money trap. I mean, think about it. Let's say you get a gig that pays $20 an hour. To make $2,000, you'd have to find an extra 100 hours a month to work. 100 hours. Who has that? That's basically a whole other full-time job. It's just not sustainable. The new way, the smart way, is the value for money model. The goal is no longer to work more hours. It's to find just one, high-value client and sell them an outcome, a real solution to a painful problem. This is the core idea that changes everything. Okay, so that's the big idea. But the big question is, how do you actually find these kinds of opportunities? How do you figure out which problems are so painful that businesses will gladly pay a premium to have them solved? Well, that's where this AI-proof framework comes into play. This is the blueprint we're going to follow. Let's break down the 3 absolutely critical criteria for picking a side hustle that won't just survive the age of AI, it's going to thrive in it. Here are the 3 pillars. First, it has to have a low barrier to entry, meaning you can start right now with what you've got, a laptop and an internet connection. No fancy degrees, no expensive certifications. Second, and this is the big one, it has to be either AI-proof or AI-leveraged. What does that mean? It either depends on uniquely human skills, we're talking strategic thinking, creativity, empathy, things a computer just can't do, or it uses AI as a tool to become ridiculously efficient. And third, it has to be built for scalable recurring revenue. We want monthly retainers, not constantly chasing down the next one-time project. This is how you build a stable, predictable income from just a handful of clients. Now, finding the right opportunity is only half the battle. You also need the right way to price it. You can't just pick $2,000 out of thin air and hope for the best. No, you have to strategically frame your offer so that the client sees that price as the absolute best, most logical choice. And the secret weapon for doing that is a psychological tool called price anchoring. All right, check this out. This is the 3-tier pricing model in action, and honestly, it's brilliant. Put yourself in the client's shoes. You see tier 1, the basic option, for $500. Okay, that sets a low anchor in your mind. It establishes a baseline value. Then your eyes jump to tier 3, the premium enterprise option for $3,500 or more.
Whoa, suddenly that feels like a lot. That's the high anchor. And then you look at tier 2, our target, priced perfectly at 2,000. It offers way more value than the basic plan, but it looks incredibly reasonable, like a fantastic deal compared to that premium tier. It instantly becomes the smartest, most logical choice. You've just guided your client exactly where you wanted them to go.
Okay, theory time is over. Let's get into some real-world examples and put this framework to the test. First up, one of the hottest services on the market right now, the AI automation agency. This is a perfect example of not competing with AI, but leveraging it to create insane value.
So what on earth does an AI automation agency actually do? Think of yourself as a digital efficiency expert for small businesses. You build these custom AI agents or automated systems that handle all the boring, repetitive tasks that are bogging them down. You can use simple no-code tools like Zapier AI, which are basically like digital Legos that let you connect different apps together without any coding. For example, you could build a system that automatically qualifies new sales leads, sends out personalized follow-up emails, and even books meetings right on the calendar. And here's the crucial part. Your value isn't based on how many hours you work. It's based on the 10, 15, maybe even 20 hours a week you're saving their entire team. When you frame it like that, a high monthly retainer becomes an absolute no-brainer for them.
And the numbers. Well, the numbers don't lie. This is the typical monthly retainer you could expect for managing these kinds of automations. As you can see, our $2,000 goal, that's just the entry point. This shows you clear as day how you can hit your income target with just a single client, all because you're on a recurring revenue model that's built on delivering massive, ongoing value.
Okay, now let's flip the script completely. We're going to pivot away from the high-tech stuff and look at an opportunity that is AI-proof for the exact opposite reason, because it's so deeply, fundamentally human. Let's talk about becoming an executive ghostwriter.
This is such a fascinating field because it's all about the things AI will never be able to do. Sure, AI can spit out words, but it can't feel empathy. It can't understand the complex, messy journey of a leader or take a lifetime of their experience and weave it into a story that actually connects with people. As a ghostwriter, you're not a word generator. You're a strategist. You're a storyteller. You're a trusted advisor. Your job is to build an executive's personal brand and literally craft their intellectual legacy. And that requires all those power skills we talked about before: deep empathy, strategic thinking, and a real understanding of human psychology.
And because that combination of strategic and emotional intelligence is so rare and so incredibly valuable in today's noisy world, the pay reflects that. This is a pretty standard monthly price for a thought leadership package, where you might handle an executive's LinkedIn and write one really deep, insightful article for them each month. And look at that. Once again, we are comfortably over our $2,000 goal. It's proof that high-touch, high-empathy human skills are every bit as valuable as high-tech solutions. So, as we start to land the plane here, let's just bring it all back to the one core idea. It doesn't matter if you're building complex AI systems or you're crafting a CEO's personal story. The strategy underneath it all is exactly the same. It all boils down to that one single powerful mental shift. You have to stop selling your time by the hour, and you have to start selling a valuable, repeatable solution that gives your client a massive return on their investment. And that leads me to the final and most important question that I want to leave you with today. I want you to really think about this. Take a hard, honest look at how you're earning money right now. Is your income tied to the number of hours you put in, or is it tied to the unique value you create? Because honestly, the answer to that question is what's going to determine your financial future in this new AI-powered world. I really hope this explainer gave you a clear, actionable roadmap to work with. Look, the future of work isn't something we should be afraid of. It is packed with incredible opportunities, but only if you know how to position yourself correctly. If you want more strategies just like this to help you not just survive, but actually win in this new economy, make sure you hit that subscribe button for the explainer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.